Daniel Kinahan, one of the most wanted criminals at this moment. Who is he? What has he done? And why is the U.S. government looking for him? What is he accused of, and how many people has he killed? Stay tuned to find out who Daniel Kinahan is and what his secrets are. Before we get into video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Kinahan was born in Dublin on June 25, 1977. His father is a high-powered convicted drug dealer who was widely reported to be the founder and leader of the Kinahan Cartel. Kinahan grew up in Tallaght and then returned to Dublin. At the age of 23, he was one of 5 people arrested in connection with a vicious attack on 2 members of the Irish police outside Shelbourne Park. He was charged with assault and refused bail by Dublin District Court. The charges were dropped the next year. Daniel Joseph Kinahan is an Irish boxing promoter and suspected crime boss. He has been named by the High Court of Ireland as a senior figure in organized crime on a global scale. The Criminal Assets Bureau has stated he controlled and managed the operations of the Kinahan Organised Crime Group, commonly called the Kinahan Cartel, a criminal organization which smuggles drugs and firearms into Ireland, the UK, and mainland Europe, and has associations that facilitate international crime. The Kinahan Cartel has had an ongoing fight with the Hutch gang. This fight began in 2015 when Gary Hutch was murdered in Marbella, Spain by the Kinahan gang. As of August 2021, at least 18 people have been killed in this cartel fight. In October 2022, the head of the Irish Police Drugs and Organised Crime Bureau stated that the Kinahan Cartel had sanctioned a number of murders as part of the Hutch Kinahan fight during a court case where properties were ordered by the judge. It was proven they were the proceeds of crime. Daniel Kinahan has claimed he was raised in a deprived area with serious levels of poverty and crime, which sparked his interest in boxing. People like me from there aren't expected to do anything with their lives other than serve the middle and upper classes, he said. Boxing is a working class sport for which I've had a lifelong love and passion. Daniel, who has no criminal convictions, was reportedly arrested in connection with an attack on 2 police officers outside Dublin's Shelbourne Park Greyhound Stadium in May 2001. He was charged with assault and was initially refused bail, but the charges were dropped the following January, according to the Irish Independent. In February 2021, BBC Panorama broadcast a report on Daniel's involvement in boxing. Barry McGuigan spoke of intimidation in boxing. Daniel Kinahan denied the allegations. Robert Smith of the British Boxing Board of Control said that there was nothing that the board could do about Kinahan. On the Panorama program, lawyers acting for MTK Global confirmed that Kinahan was still advising fighters. On February 5, the Police Service of Northern Ireland, PSNI, announced that the Panorama team who produced the documentary had been threatened. One journalist was forced to move out of his home in Northern Ireland, and his family were moved to a secure location under PSNI protection due to a threat to his life. On February 7, 2021, Billy Joe Saunders, a boxer who employs Kinahan as advisors, sent journalist Nicola Tallaght direct messages on Twitter challenging her write something positive about Daniel Kinahan in exchange for being granted a face-to-face interview with Kinahan. Tallaght, who writes for the Sunday World, rejected the offer. On February 8, 2021, Kinahan issued a statement to TalkSport in the UK denying that he was part of any criminal organization. He also denied making threats to a journalist and confirmed that he was still involved in boxing. He claimed the Panorama program was a rehash of unsubstantiated allegations that have been made previously on many occasions. He criticized the Special Criminal Court and said he had no convictions. Kinahan has never contested findings of fact made against him in Irish courts. In December 2020, a racketeering summons was served to him in Qatar by U.S. lawyers. Boxing promoter Moses Harida filed a civil cause of action over the signing of Joseph Diaz while he was under contract to Harida Boxing Management. He alleged that after Diaz won the World Championship in 2020, MTK had offered him an advance of $100,000 in breach of a 5-year contract the boxer had signed with HBM. Harida also claims that Daniel Kinahan and MTK are in breach of the RICO Act, which can be used in civil cases. Harida alleges that Kinahan founded MTK Global as a front business to launder illicit proceeds from drug trafficking, and that despite claims that Kinahan is no longer involved with the organization, he is still influencing and controlling it. Kinahan has to file a response with the United States District Court for the Central District of California or face judgment being entered against him by default. In 2009, Kinahan was reportedly mentioned in a diplomatic cable sent from a U.S. embassy in South America in which he was described as a suspected international drug trafficking figure. The reference was revealed in a WikiLeaks publication of confidential U.S. documents. Kinahan was arrested in Spain in 2010 along with his father Christy and brother Christopher Jr., but the long-running money laundering case was dropped in 2020. Kinahan, his father Christy, and brother Christopher Jr. are all now based in the United Arab Emirates. In May 2017, Daniel reportedly got married at Dubai's 7-star Burj Al Arab Hotel. Among the guests were Chilean drug lord Ricard El Rico Vega Dutch, Moroccan drugs king Ridouan Taghi, and Italian mafioso Rafael Imperium, according to Dublin Live. Kinahan Co. founded the boxing management company MTK Global, which represents more than 300 fighters, including Tyson Fury, Carl Frampton, and Billy Joe Saunders. In June 2020, Fury publicly thanked Kinahan for securing a two-fight deal with fellow British heavyweight boxer Anthony Joshua in one of the most anticipated title bouts in the sport's history. In February this year, Fury was pictured with his arm draped around a smiling Kinahan in Dubai. A month later, World Boxing Council President Mauricio Suleiman offered his support to Kinahan after meeting the Irishman. Writing an opinion piece for the Herald of Mexico, Suleiman said Kinahan had faced prejudice after being labeled as a person linked to criminal groups. He added, "I am nobody to judge any person, and that has been the policy of our organization to combat all types of discrimination and abuse of power before any person and group." Kinahan sources large quantities of cocaine from South America. On Tuesday, the U.S. government announced a $5 million, £3.8 million reward for information leading to the arrest or conviction of Daniel Kinahan, his father Christy, and brother Christopher Jr. The U.S. Treasury Department described the Kinahan crime gang as a significant transnational criminal organization. It said, "Each member of the Kinahan Organized Crime Group reports to Daniel Kinahan, who is believed to run the day-to-day operations of the organization." Kinahan has instructed members of the Kinahan Crime Group to send money to people serving prison sentences, including individuals convicted of murder and attempted murder, according to the U.S. Treasury Department. Kinahan also sources large quantities of cocaine from South America and plays an integral part in organizing the supply of drugs in Ireland and is attempting to facilitate the importation of cocaine into the United Kingdom, it added. Some of the biggest figures in boxing, including Fury, have now been urged to cut ties with Kinahan. Irish Police Commissioner Drew Harris said, "If you deal with these individuals who have been sanctioned or these entities who are being sanctioned, you are involved in a criminal network." Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for such amazing content.